land shows you glory, tells of who you are. It's the love of the Maker, shaping who we are. Because you hold the world inside of your hands, you can move mountains at your command. You hold the world inside of your hands, you can move mountains at your command. God of glory, you are wonderful, wonderful. Christ the mighty King of all the you, all the you, all the universe. You are holy, you are powerful, powerful. Lift our praises to the God of all, God of all, God of all the earth. God of all the earth. Lift our praises to the God of all, God of all, God of all the earth. You hold the world up, so we lift your praise up. You hold the world up, so we lift your praise up. You hold the world up, so we lift your praise up. You hold the world up, so we lift your praise up. God of glory, you are wonderful, wonderful. Christ the mighty King of all the you, all the you, all the universe. You are holy, you are powerful, powerful. Lift our praises to the God of all, God of all, God of all the earth. God of all the earth. God of all the earth. Lift our praises to the God of all, God of all, God of all the earth. Lift our praises to the God of all, God of all, God of all the earth.
I spent so many summers trying to fit in, trying to fit in, looking for some meaning in anything, in anything. I was feeling empty, Jesus, then you met me, you called my name. Burning like a fire, I just can't deny it, I found my place. Here with you, I'm right where I belong. Here with you, I'll never be alone.
When I look back, I can see your hand all over my past. Even in the times I'd rather forget, I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. You never let go. Thought I was alone, now I know you were close. I can see it now, you were bringing me home. I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. Oh, every day gets better when I'm walking with you. Oh, you're my hope forever, what a beautiful view. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you've shown me love. God, you have only just begun, so come on, there's so much better to come. So much better to come. So much better to come. When I look back, I can see your hand all over my past. Even in the times I'd rather forget, I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. You never let go. Thought I was alone, now I know you were close. I can see it now, you were bringing me home. I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. Oh, every day gets better when I'm walking with you. Oh, you're my hope forever, what a beautiful view. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you've shown me love. God, you have only just begun, so come on, there's so much better to come. So much better to come. So much better to come. You never left me. You always helped me. Got through the fire. I find my strength when I'm walking beside you. You never left me. You always helped me. Got through the fire. I find my strength when I'm walking beside you. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you've shown me love. God, you have only just begun, so come on, there's so much better to come. So much better to
I'm so grateful for your patience, all the ways you carry me. You have always left the light on, so I can see you wait for me.
I'm invited to the table. You are saving me a seat. In your house, I know I'm worthy, 'cause you died for me. You set me free.
No matter where I run, grace will follow. The Father's love is all I know. I never need to doubt that you want me. You are standing here saying, welcome home. Welcome home. No matter where I run, grace will follow. The Father's love is all I know. I never need to doubt that you want me. You are standing here saying, welcome home.
I'm so thankful for your kindness. Your forgiveness when I'm weak. With open arms I am accepted, 'cause you run to me, you cover me. I forever run toward the one who calls me home. Everything I'm longing for is in you. You have
welcome everyone.
Hello. It's Church at Home time.
Yes, it is.
Church at Home.
Is that your smoothie dance?
It's my smoothie dance. It's my Church at Home dance.
Okay, so for those of you who have only been coming since before, post lockdown times, 2020, 21, Jacob made smoothie videos and had a smoothie dance.
Did.
To keep us all entertained. Mostly, I think, to keep yourself entertained on our Gateway
both.
YouTube channel. But genuinely, my children would be like, "When's the next smoothie?"
Yeah,
dance
they're my
coming up?"
biggest
They
fan.
loved it.
I
Yeah,
get
they were
photos of
biggest
them
fan.
making smoothies.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
That's pretty much why. The first 2 smoothie videos were to make smoothie videos. The next 3 were just for the Virtuous girls.
And they appreciated it. Now, we still make
Appreciate it, man.
smoothies on a very regular basis now. Indy's like the smoothie queen.
So proud.
Yeah.
But she should get her own video.
She should. Sometimes she genuinely, she'll be cooking something and she just pretends she's on a cooking show. And she'll just talk to whoever's sitting on the other side of the bench like she's on a cooking show.
That's so good. Oh my gosh, someone get a camera on that.
I know I should.
That's going to be good. Well, we are so happy to be here in your TV screen or phone screen or some other screen.
iPad, maybe.
iPad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or-
Happy to be here
Yes.
with you at this very point in time on Earth, in this
Not in
moment.
space. Not in space.
Not in space.
One
Just
day.
down here, grounded in this moment with you. It's precious. It's nothing short of a miracle that all of this is aligned up.
Yeah, and that we're no longer in lockdowns and having to watch smoothie
Oh my
videos.
gosh. All the stars have aligned for us to be right here with you, but more specifically, hanging out with you at Church at Home it's one of the highlights of the week.
Yes,
For me,
I love
for you,
it.
for everybody. Especially because we are talking about something I'm super invested in today.
Yes.
And it's close to my heart.
No spoilers. No spoilers, not yet.
But I want to tell
No.
them.
More on that coming up, okay? Just stay in suspense. It's going to be good.
Gosh, I'm on the edge of their seats now.
If this is your fish. If this is your first Zip it. If it's your first time tuning in, welcome. We are so glad that you've joined us. Please hit the connect with us at the link because we would love to get to know you just a little bit more.
Yeah. May I speak?
You can speak now.
I'm going to tell them about it. But there's heaps of ways to get involved too. For life groups or ways to move with us throughout the week with active or play groups. So make sure that you do connect. So head to that link or check out our app events.
Yes, love it. Speaking of events,
Speaking of,
I am so excited. Sunday, the 4th of December, we have our Christmas show. It is always epic, always just like the highlight of the year for me.
Yeah.
I genuinely love it. It's called The Glory of
it's like
Christmas.
Christmas.
And
Glory
then
of
Gateway
Christmas.
Christmas show. Yeah.
I'm talking about like the Christmas.
If you want to blow someone's mind, bring them to this because I remember
Yeah.
bringing people one year and they'd never come to church. Or no, they came from like a Catholic background and they walked in and they were like, this is church?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just absolutely blown
next
away.
level.
I like getting that reaction. Anyway, so that not only will there be 3 amazing shows focusing on the nativity with awesome music and great
Cool.
laughs and just all the general Gateway wonderfulness, but there's also going to be food trucks and a mini makers market out in the car park so you can hang back and enjoy life and buy some lunch or a Christmas present or 2
Or
or
9.
7 or 9
None.
and just generally have a great day. Like you can just make a day of it.
Yeah.
I'm super tempted to buy tickets to all the shows and just be there the whole day. Just be like,
Gosh.
yeah.
Is that allowed?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to talk to our producers.
We'll let you know. I don't have any fear.
Yeah. Hello?
Is anyone there? No, it's just
Is that you 3? But it does sound like it's going to be full of festive joy.
Festive joy.
Speaking of joy,
Yes.
of this verse, I've got it on my phone, 2 Corinthians 9:7. It says, let giving flow from your heart, not from a sense of religious duty. Let it spring up freely from the joy of giving, all because God loves hilarious generosity.
Ooh,
Hilarious generosity.
love that. What is?
What would hilarious generosity look like?
I love the concept of hilarious generosity, like generosity that's so ridiculous that it just makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Or like that absolute joy that comes with hilarity.
Yeah.
Of, like just loving to give.
Like you give something to someone, something, and then the joy that you get from that or the joy that they get from that is nothing. It's the hilarity.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like over the top, insane.
Yeah, it doesn't make, it can not make sense sometimes until you give, and then all of a sudden it makes sense. You're like, this is right.
Josh and I experienced that in our lives. Like we've had times where we've like, you know, done that, like gone above and beyond, you know, what we thought was regular or, you know, and it's been that whole like, this doesn't make sense. This seems stupid. But it does result in joy, and God has always looked after us in that. And it's like, I totally get that. I love that concept.
Well, you can give hilariously today if you desire. It's a really cool concept. In the comments, something that's what you think about hilarious. Sure,
I like it. And hey, how can we pray for you this week? We do totally believe in the power of prayer, that God is present and close and just willing to lean into our situation.
Yeah.
So if there's something that's on your heart that you would like prayer for, please let us know, because we would love to lift you up in prayer.
We'd say we also have an awesome sesh planned.
Now you can tell people.
Oh, I'm ready. Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna buy a spaceship.
No, that's next week.
Said that. Now we have to stick to it, right? Well, we're about to hear next best thing from a panel of people, all a part of Ride for Change. It's part of the panel from the team. It's a charity ride happening next year in May. It's our biggest church fundraising mission for the year, and this is our chance to hear the impact of the ride and the powerful stories of how it's changing lives. I'm very, very keen for it.
It's going to be so good. I'm so excited for it. But first, let's worship.
Yes.
When I look back, I can see your hand all over my past. Even in the times I'd rather forget, I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. You never let go. Thought I was alone, now I know you were close. I can see it now, you were bringing me home. And I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. Oh, every day gets better when I'm walking with you. Oh, you're my hope forever, what a beautiful view. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you show me love. God, you have only just begun. So come on, come on, there's so much better to come. Ooh, 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 so much better to come. Ooh, ooh, ooh. When I look back, I can see your hand all over my past. Even in the times I would rather forget, I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. You never let go. You thought I was alone, now I know you were close. I can see it now, you were bringing me home. And I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. Oh, every day gets better when I'm walking with you. Oh, you're my hope forever, what a beautiful view. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you show me love. God, you have only just begun. So come on, there's so much better to come. Ooh, 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 so much better to come. Ooh, 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 so you never left me. Whoa, you always helped me. Whoa, got through the fire. Whoa, I find my strength when I'm walking beside you. You never left me. Whoa, you always helped me. Whoa, got through the fire. Whoa, I find my strength when I'm walking beside you. And I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you show me love. God, you have only just begun. So come on, you're so much better. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you show me love. God, you have only
will sing.
Good morning, Gateway. My name is Ricky, if I haven't met you, so now I've met you. And I have the privilege of heading up our ministry called Active, and a part of that, we run a major charity ride called Ride for Change. Now, this is our major initiative to raise a lot of money for the Children's Fund. And while this is some of the ride team, can I just say this morning that you guys are part of this ride team. You might not be on bikes or in cars, but I'm inviting you to be a part of the ride team this morning. So, what is the ride? I thought we'd grab some of the crew up here so we can chat about that and give you some insight. Hopefully you move this morning to donate or to buy some sick merch and stuff that we have. But let me introduce our team. Now, this is the amazing Trish. She's amazing because she probably has the hardest role on the ride. She heads up our support crew, which means that she organises all of them and then organises all of us to be fed and washed, our clothes to be... Now, there are some things that we could do. And she's also head of education in PNG. So she's quite a valuable person. We have Bob Campbell, the very young Bob Campbell. He's about 70, I think. Is that right? Almost 70. He's always almost 70. Yeah. He is incredible because he's probably got the second most important role. He's head of recovery, and he's got magic hands when it comes to massaging. So And he's also one of our riders and was a past rider as well. So and did the past ride. He rode the distance and then massaged like 14 guys. So that's hats off to that. And then you might know him, Josh Burgess. He's got a quite important role as well. He's one of our lead riders, so he helps me keep all the ride crew safe while we're riding our bikes. And if you know Josh, he's a bit of a hype man, so he keeps the morale up and everyone gets their favourite song played. So we don't ask him to sing them, but yeah. So this is some of our amazing team. What is Ride for Change? Ride for Change is we fly up to Adelaide and people drive our bikes up there. Then we ride all the way down back here. So that's 1,000 Ks in 7 days, kilometres. So some perspective on that. Has anybody done Around the Bay at all, which is a ride around the bay? Yeah. So if you've done the 210K, you ride around the bay, except for you catch a ferry for a bit. And that's 210 Ks, and that takes us pretty much all day. It was 8 hours, I think. So essentially the ride is 7 days of doing that back to back. So there's not much time for a beer and recovery in between. So, and sitting down on a seat that's this big is not great for that many days. So that is what Ride for Change is, and you know what? That's what makes it exciting for us, because it's this massive challenge, and you got a variety of different riders. We've got people that have raced before, then we've got people that just bought a bike. So there's a massive variation of people, and it sets you up for a bit of teamwork along the way. And you know what? That's what makes it worth giving to. And hopefully you get inspired to do that today. I really hope you do. I really hope you catch the vibes. So I just thought that we would ask a few questions to these guys to give you a bit of an insight. And we'll start with you, Bob. We'll start with the good stuff. What is your favourite thing about the ride?
For me, it's a big challenge that I think is put before us if we're committing to do the ride. It's also an adventure. It's an amazing week of fun and laughter, as well as grinding it out on some of those bigger hills. So that's
Definitely grinding it out. What about you, Josh? What's one of your favourite things about the ride?
I just love the camaraderie and the fun. Like whether that's a cheeky little just water bottle or
Josh is renowned for that.
Whatever that be.
Beware.
If you're standing on the side of the road, you are fair game. I'm just putting that out there. If you're on the Peloton, you're fair game. But no, we have
a whole week. Everyone's trying to ride away from Josh.
Correct. That's how I motivate people. No. But no, it's fun. That was just a silly little example. But the whole time, it's the boys having and the girls this year, just having a great time. But also just the camaraderie. You do things physically that you're it is very hard work. But at the end of it, you're oh, I achieved that with this team, and that's what I love about it. So.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And what about you, Trish?
Yeah, I don't
washing the kits.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe cooking the 4 dozen eggs every morning. No, I don't get to see these guys out on the road so much, but I see them when they come back in, and the way they get alongside each other and they encourage each other, and the perseverance that this takes is absolutely incredible. And then we have our amazing support team that pull together and make everything happen, and it's just such a team effort, just incredible.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good. What is one of the greatest challenges for the ride, Bob? The ride itself is a challenge, but let's just delve a little bit inside.
You know what my challenge is?
Hills?
Hills, more hills. I struggle on hills. So my riding buddy, Rob Gillette. And
he was here before. He's also in our 70 category.
Isn't he? Close, isn't he?
Close, yeah. He's nudging it.
So he tells me, you've got to love hills. He's come back for a second bite. And I said, you can't love hills, Rob. You got to get serious. Anyway, so I still hate hills at the moment, and hopefully by the time the ride comes around, we might start to like them a little bit.
The thing that makes it the most challenging is when Rob Gillette goes past you and taps you on the butt and then disappears.
Absolutely.
That's the hardest part.
Well done, Rob.
And for you, Josh, what's one of the greatest challenges for you?
The last one, I didn't have the best prep going in. Like, as far as the amount of training I had done, it was, like on day 4, I'd ridden further on the ride than I had in the training. But it was, so for me, mentally, that was a thing, because it was, and it's changed this year. It's definitely different this year. I've been training. I'm going all right this year. It's good.
Yeah, I gave him responsibility as a lead rider, so
Correct,
it forces him to set an example.
But no, mentally, that was the thing, because when you're riding, like whether it's a route that you normally ride, you kind of know, there's a big hill coming up, or this is here, or that's there, or we're going to go a bit harder on this one. But you know where you're going. Whereas when you're riding a road you've never ridden on, it's like, I don't know what's coming. Is there going to be a massive hill next? Is there going to be a big downhill? Like, what is it? There's a big headwind coming. So mentally, that was one of the things for me that was just like, come on, man, just keep pushing. Like, yeah. And I'm pretty good at blocking out stuff, focusing, just going. But even on that one, I was like, this is hard. So yeah.
Yeah, no, you did well. You did well. And with great challenges becomes some great impact. And maybe you can share with us something that was impactful for you guys on the ride.
I think the bond that we all developed over that 7 days was really amazing. And you get to know the guys pretty well when you're sort of living with them sort of 7 days and riding along for 6-7 hours in the day, chatting about all sorts of things, particularly family and jobs. And I think at the end of it, you end up having a much deeper connection with these guys and the support crew. Amazing.
Yeah, I love to see your heart. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the other thing is we've made a commitment as a church to the school years ago, and I think this is just one way that we can commit to this ride and raise money for just a great cause.
Yeah, that's awesome, Bob. Thank you so much. And maybe you can share, like, why do you do the ride? Why are you passionate about the Children's Fund and raising money for it, Josh?
For me, like, I've obviously grown up in Australia, and I've had like everything that could be given to me effectively, whether it was education or healthcare or safety. I don't have to worry about people coming to my home at night or whatever else. Generally in Australia, that's the general rule of thumb. But in Papua New Guinea's slums, that's not the reality. And the thing in that place is it wouldn't matter what those kids do. They don't have the education or the know-how or the ability to get out of that situation without someone intervening. And so that's what I love, is that I can do a bike ride and hang out with my mates and ask some of my other mates for some money to sponsor me for a bike ride. And that has an impact on a young person that I'll never ever see. But I will hear the stories and I'll see the stories, and one day I'll get to, or that young person will be forever grateful. And so there's things that people have done for me that I may never meet, but I'm still eternally grateful for the things that person may have done for me in the past. So, and that's what I love, the impact that it can have, because it just has a greater reach than I could ever have by myself.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Josh. And so, Trish, you're our Director of Education, and you're on the grounds, and you've been to PNG plenty of times.
I have.
Maybe share with us what you've seen from the schools and what the Children's Fund has done.
Yeah, look, the work of the Children's Fund is just making such a massive difference in the lives of these beautiful children. Where we're positioned, we're in the settlements of Port Moresby, and the children that are there would not otherwise be able to get to school. And you drive in there, you drive past rusty cars, you drive past houses that we wouldn't necessarily recognise as houses. You see children on the streets who are not able to be in school. And we drive up to what we call our outposts of hope. And you drive up there and they're beautiful, brightly coloured classrooms. You go into the school and you see the joy on the children's faces. And they are able to access education that if we as a church, as we as Gateway, if we had not answered the call that God put on our hearts to go and do this work, those children would not be in school. So they are getting an education. They are getting shown the love and care of God. They are getting health care, and they are being positioned to be able to change their own world. They are able to impact their families, their community, and one day that country. So the work we are doing is absolutely incredible. It's so powerful, and every time I go there, I'm just amazed at what we as a community can do in supporting and encouraging that.
Yeah, that's great, Trish. I have the privilege of helping Rick with the building teams that go over there and with building classrooms and stuff. So, like, I remember when I think it was 21 or 22 that I decided to go the trip, mainly because my now wife was there and I liked her. But I remember going from the airport, jumping into the back of a ute, safety, and just driving through this place, and like I just couldn't speak. I really didn't have any words. I thought like I was 21 and I knew what was going on in the world and stuff, but I was like I didn't. And what I saw, and I think I was there before we had classrooms, and you know, seeing the first shipping container classrooms come in where we could have a library and stuff, and then being a part of what it is today with, you know, how much school, like I'm so stoked that I've been a part of it and got to see that. But hopefully you guys are moved and yeah, it's just, yeah. Now this is our fourth ride. So we've done 3 other rides from Sydney. We decided we're a bit bored of Sydney, so we'll ride from Adelaide. Hats off to Rob Gillette, who's up the back, the old fella with the moustache. He's just about to do his 4th ride, so he's been there from the start, and so in 2012 we raised enough to fund a bus. And maybe you could share what that did for the community.
Yeah, so that bus goes around and picks up children from different settlements and drives them to school every day. So without that, they wouldn't be getting to school. That bus also takes our little kids to go and have their healthcare checks each year. It also takes our teachers to go and have training and other things they need to do. So that bus has been absolutely invaluable, and we have used it very well.
Yeah, that's great. And our last ride, which was 2019, our goal was to raise $50,000, and we exceeded that, and we raised $75,000, and that helped fund a classroom. Maybe you can share, like, what is the impact of having a classroom?
Yeah, well, a lot of schools in PNG don't have enough classrooms. In fact, a lot of children that do get to go to school will have school sitting outside under a tree, maybe with 70 other kids in their class. And our school has classrooms. There's a blackboard in the classroom, there's tables and chairs, there's paper and pencils, there is a fan to keep them cool, which is pretty amazing in PNG. And we're creating a learning environment where these kids can thrive. So having a classroom, if any of you are teachers, a classroom and a blackboard's pretty important. So it's just an incredible blessing for us.
Yeah, it's so good. And now this ride, we like to go bigger and better. We're aiming to raise $100,000.
Yeah, come on.
Look, it is a lot of money, but there's a lot of us, and there's a lot of people that we know and they know, and yeah, I reckon we can raise a lot more than that. But like, $100,000. What does that mean for the school? What can
Yeah,
that do?
well, $100,000. It's pretty exciting. We've just received a grant for a new classroom which is being built right now, which means that in 2023 we are going to grade 6 in our school. So we are just so excited about that. It means that little people are coming into our school through our parents and toddlers program. Then they're going to playgroup. Then they go on to kinder. Now they are doing all of primary school right up to grade 6. So this money is going to help us to kit out this building, to be able to make it so it's a usable classroom. But not only that, it's going to help us find a teacher to teach these kids, because that's pretty important, and to pay for the program that we are running. So as you can imagine, all these things we're doing cost a lot of money. So to have that support, to be able to find these kids a teacher that's going to love and encourage them and change their lives is pretty huge. And not only that, we've begun our program up in Goroka as well, in the Highlands now, where we have parents and toddlers coming along 5 days a week. So this money is also going to help us to continue to grow that as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And can I just, I'm wrapping up what the ride is and what we're about. The sacrifice the team makes, they pay $2,000 out of their pocket to do this ride. They started training 6 months ago, and we have monthly group rides, and there's lots of details that has to go into this. The amount of hours they train, and it's a big sacrifice on family as well. I know it is for my family as well. So the amount of sacrifice that is to do this ride, like, it is a lot of fun. Sometimes it's not as fun. And it's a pretty cool privilege to be able to do that, ride your bike from Adelaide to Melbourne. But the sacrifice is done, so you guys will be moved to be generous and to help other people be generous that you know. So hopefully you moved this morning to do that, because we are Ride for Change, all of us in this room. So we have a few ways that you can be a part of this, how you can help us raise funds, help support the riders. There's a cool fun little flyer to help you on your journey. It does have a QR code there. It says donate here under it. If you want to donate straight to the ride or to the riders, that's a great way to use that. Otherwise, we've got some sick merch. Here's a sample of the hat. We've got some T-shirts. We've got some other embroidery T-shirts, because some people like to buy T-shirts. But all the money raised from that goes to the ride. We've connected with a local bike store called Velotherapy, and they've donated 100 of these cups, just given it to us. So you can buy these for $20 today, and you get a coffee in that for that $20 as well. But the whole $20 goes to the ride. Also, if you go into Velo, which is just around the corner, if you need details, let me know. They've got, on any sales, if you go and quote Ride for Change, on any sales on anything, they'll give, I think it's 5% to the ride. They've already raised like $700 for us so far. And they're being an ambassador for us, and got some signs and stuff up in the store. And also, like, they've got some sales on mountain bikes and stuff and e-bikes. I think like the most expensive ones, they'll give up to $1,000 to Ride for Change. So it's a big sacrifice for a bike, but I'm just saying, like, they're getting on board. So that's why I made $20. We got some sick merch. We got tees, hats, and also for you guys to be ambassadors. So Jacob Massey Chase has had a brilliant idea. And so we've got these cards. They're called Raise It cards. On the front, it's got a QR code which sends you straight to the Raisley page. So it makes it nice and easy. That's one thing we can thank COVID for, QR codes, because they work now. But on this card, so this is a $500 card. There's got lots of different numbers. There's 20, there's 16, and that's dollar value. So it's a tool to help our riders and to you guys to go, hey, can you give $17? And then they just go straight to it and put it in the account, and then you cross that off. Once they're all crossed out, that's $500 done. We have $1,000 ones and we have $2,000 ones. So I'm hoping that you guys can take them and be ambassadors with these. It's just a really good way that we can raise some funds. You can sponsor some riders directly or donate to just the whole ride. But we'll have these guys around. We've got a few other cyclists out there. You'll see Jacob in a banana costume. Out the back. I love him. He's out. The banana is now a mascot for some reason, but
Probably because you eat about 5 kilos of them a day when we're on
yeah.
the ride.
yeah, there's a lot of talk about bananas, but so there's some sick merch to buy, some cups to buy. Come chat with me, but also we have a few spots left if you want to be a rider. We'd love to chat to you about that. But yeah, please be moved this morning to be generous and to help other people be generous in your world. We've got a PNG video for you to watch, and this is one of the kids in the school that we've been generous towards, and it's made an impact. And have a look at that. And thank you so much for your time. Hopefully we get to have a chat today, but thank you very much.
We, the students of Gateway Christian School, would like to say thank you for your endless support in all the good things that you have done and are still doing for the children of Gateway Christian School. You have gone in your own ways to raise funds for the school so that you have made us as a special child, friend, buddy, and most importantly, you have made me in your heart. Your willingness to say yes to help Gateway Christian School is highly appreciated by us. A special thank you to Pastor Rick for being a good shepherd to a sheep like us with your best learning environment in the country with best classroom and good school management. Pastor Rick and the team, without your endless support, we wouldn't like that today. We really appreciated you and your team for your tireless effort in providing all the things we need. To my fellow students, let us appreciate the things provided by our sponsors of Gateway Christian School by taking good care of all the school's property so that our little ones will use them later. With that, we would once again like to say thank you, and our Heavenly Father richly bless you in all the wonderful things you have done and still doing for Gateway Christian School. Thank you.
I searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. Man's empty praise and treasures that fade are never enough. Then you came along and put me back together. Every desire is now satisfied here in your love. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing is better than you. I'm not
That is so good. Like to hear from that, all those people, all the different stories. And I just think it's crazy to think that 30 years ago, Ruth Riz just asked, it just went there and asked, how can I help? Asked Pastor Kiat, what can I do in this community? And asked the community, what can we do?
Yeah.
And
it's
now, like
built
30 years on, like he's done that, and we've done that.
Yeah.
Like we've grown this thing that's now producing all of this fruit, and like the more we grow it, the more fruit it produces. And I think it's just this beautiful. It's just crazy to think it's not some thing out there that that we're helping to resource. It's like we're resourcing this thing.
Yeah.
It's like raising a baby. it's like we've made this and now we're supporting it, and we're
on its own.
like growing it up, and like it's just really, really cool.
It is cool.
And like what's happening over there is just beautiful.
Yeah.
And what an honor that God would entrust us with this community.
Yeah, it's so powerful.
Mm.
So everybody, let's make sure that we get to that 100K goal. Make sure that you head to the QR code and donate or sponsor a rider, because every little bit makes a big difference when we pool our funds together.
Yeah. Sponsor a rider.
Yeah, I mean, there's a rider right here.
Right here.
I mean, Josh looks great in Lycra.
Josh
You can
does look-
him
he looks good in
too.
Lycra.
Yeah. Pick your favourite. We could have like a little competition. Maybe we could do a calendar. Maybe we could do a Ride for Change calendar. That's genius.
Me versus Burjo, just standing there.
We should just get you to do really random tasks, like some things like push-ups, but also
like Challenge Man. We're gonna go up against Challenge Man.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, that's a bit of an in-joke there.
That's a bit of Gateway history.
Yeah.
If you can Google, I don't know if anything comes up if you Google Challenge Man.
Burjo used to do these challenges. Burjo being Josh Burgess, who's the writer of Ride for Change, your
Yes, we
husband.
just interviewed, saw him, yep.
And he does crazy. He used to do this crazy stuff. He dressed up as like Superman.
Also wearing Lycra.
Yeah, and he used to do just all these nuts. Yeah, true.
Yeah, like climbing the milk crates,
Milk crates.
but with mouse
traps everywhere. So when he fell off, he fell into mouse traps.
HNS was a thing.
Yeah, but anyway, we've come a long way, and now we're doing something even better. We're doing a ride.
Yes,
and
which actually has an impact.
maybe he's got a few things to show me, I guess, on pushing through. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Sunday at 10 a.m. We're gonna miss you.
Yeah, it's true.
Church at home next week. We'll see you then.
When I look back, I can see your hand all over my past. Even in the times I'd rather forget, I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. You never let go. Thought I was alone, now I know you were close. I can see it now, you were bringing me home. I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. Every day gets better when I'm walking with you. Oh, you're my hope forever, what a beautiful view. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you've shown me love. God, you have only just begun, so come on, there's so much better to come. So much better to come. So much better to come. When I look back, I can see your hand all over my past. Even in the times I'd rather forget, I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. You never let go. Thought I was alone, now I know you were close. I can see it now, you were bringing me home. I just can't believe you'd love me like that, love me like that. Every day gets better when I'm walking with you. You're my hope forever, what a beautiful view. I will give you praise for the things you've done, and every single way that you've shown me love. God, you have only just begun, so come on, there's so much better to come. So much better to come.
Wait, are we ready? Okay, good. Yeah,
Okay.
that was just a practice. Hello.
Yeah, wait. I'm scratching my head.
It's good.
I felt how dogs look when you scratch them. Okay. All right, I gotta do it again.
Good boy.
Next, please.
Maybe.